you mentioned Vitor Belfort before. Would you fight Vitor Belfort knowing he was on something like back when everyone was on TRT? Would you still be comfortable fighting Vitor? Because you look like a kind of guy that will just fight anyone, anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, I love fighting, and I definitely subscribe to the I'll fight anybody, anywhere, anytime thing. So would I have fought? They asked me to fight him, and I said yes. They asked me to fight him in Brazil. I said yes. They asked me to fight Vitor Belfort at 205 in Brazil. I said yes. And then I asked if we could do any anti-doping stuff, and they said no. So not only would I be fighting Vitor Belfort in Brazil while he's on steroids, at a weight class that I shouldn't be fighting at. So yes, obviously, you can look. It was publicized. He was the one that said no, or his manager said no, whatever. So yeah, I would have fought him. Yes, I did. I even said I would fight him. But the levels of like how wrong and idiotic that is, that like I'm the one that has to go to Brazil to fight him. No, he won't take any steroid tests, for VADA, and I have to fight it at 205. It's like crazy talk. But I said yeah.
So I just want to clarify, Tim. So when you said they said no, was it like the UFC that said no, or you mean like Vitor Belfort and his management said no to the steroid testing?
Yeah, his camp.
Okay. Now, I wanted to ask you, obviously, Vitor, he's going to be coming back, assumingly, at some point. He's in your division. He'll be returning. Possibly you guys will be facing at some point in the future. Do you think he'll have the same kind of success when he returns?
So, right now, he's down in Brazil, or back in California, training his butt off, like injecting everything that he wants to and loving it. Nobody's testing him, or like, his doctor. When I say his, I'm using quotation fingers, doctor. So, he's like dripping testosterone out of his eyeballs right now. How old was he when he first failed a drug test? Like 19?
Yeah, something like that.
For an anabolic steroid. I mean, so he's been using for 20 years. Your body doesn't function naturally now. He's 37 or 38? So like 18 years. There's no possible way that he can compete at a high level, against the Chris Weidmans, the me's, the Luke Rockholds, without chemically enhancing himself. There's no way. I don't care if he's like drinking Jesus' blood like he says he is or whatever. It doesn't work that way. Like, he's been using steroids since he was, for like 15, 20 years, and he still is using them. If he ever tries to get clean, he can't compete at this level.